Welcome to the Penny Stock Podcast, midweek episode number 3. Today we've got another big one all on our swing trades, followed by some Q&A. Big swings of the week extended. Let's get it.
Hey, yo, check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav in the building for the Atlas crew.
Atlas Trading, what the fuck is up?
There are traders, there are prodigies, and then there's legends.
We're up 4%, baby.
No way.
4 fucking percent.
Buy the fucking dip.
Hey, who told me about IDEX?
Like, dude, what the fuck? Like, someone just made, like, a lot more money than me on my trade.
You find out life's this game of pennies.
Did you check the portfolio?
Pennies. The margin for error is so small.
I bet Warren Buffett never did that.
And they out there making money right now off of penny stocks.
Them two guys is putting in work to make y'all rich.
The pennies we need are everywhere around us.
It's time to think big.
Pennies, going in raw.
Featuring Dan, Deity at Dukes.
And Hugh Honey. Produced by Vinny Strokes, baby.
Welcome to the Penny Stock Podcast. Today is Wednesday, August the 19th, and we have hit all-time highs in the market yesterday, and it is taking a little break from the all-time highs, but still overall pretty steady on the uptrend, huh?
Yeah, I can't wait to see the impact that the economy took with GDP this quarter. I mean, you know, it makes total sense. Our economy is crashing, and we're hitting all-time highs.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild ride for the next few months. I know a lot of people have been complaining about, you know, this August, but hell, it's a lot better than last August and even just January even.
Dude, I made like $5,000 all of last August. I don't hear shiz. This isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to, you know, make your way through this year, obviously. But you know, the main thing of this week, and we're kind of on a shorter time frame, so we can kind of dive right into this one. We're going to do our swings of the week, but we're kind of going to extend them, give a little more information than usual, so we can really get a little more information on every single swing that we've mentioned in our past swings of the week. So I guess we can really start off with, let's see, we got around 5 on our list. Do you want to start with AVGR just because of how it acted today? You know, it hit 77, I believe, before dropping back down, and it's kind of consolidating around that 70 range.
Yeah, we want AVGR. Well, I don't know how often we talk about this. We want AVGR to consolidate, okay? It comes up to that pivot point, okay? When that 76 area, that 77 area is the pivot point. Yes, it rejected it twice. So now let it come back down, consolidate, and move higher. This is fine. What was that? An 8% move, so it was 5% up and finished 3% down? Great. Now let it, you know, get back into this demand zone where buyers push it back up and then break through that 77. We don't want it to ride that 77 because then if a death candle comes, then that's it. It has a catalyst, it has a great chart. Let it do its organic movement. It's fine.
Yeah, so I think, you know, even after that offering, it's recovered very nicely from it. It had the patent come out today, and that is obviously why it popped. You expecting more of a continued trend for it upwards?
For sure. I mean, we have catalysts from a valuation standpoint. You know, it's undervalued, especially if the 510K is approved. I mean, it has so much going for it that this is just the beginning. I'm probably going to hold 10% into a longer term swing account just because it has so much going for it. The catalyst in the next 3 months alone makes sense. And then on top of that, the valuation standpoint, it's undervalued. And then we have a great chart. The chart, when the offering hit, it reset the chart, and now the chart's on a really nice trend. And through that 77, magnets to the 85 range, and then we start grinding back to 1. They're going to run this past 1. We know that. It has to hit compliance. They're going to grow this past 1. The valuation numbers are there. The chart's there. You shouldn't be worried.
Awesome. So another two that actually had a very impressive day. One, you know, ended a lot better than the other. EVFM and OTLK, both are ones that you've been on pretty big for quite some time now. If you want to start off EVFM, it had a huge pop all the way up to like 360 or 350, right?
Yeah.
Ended up closing around 335, just about barely red, barely green, right even.
Yeah, so EVFM has that they had that FDA meeting today. We won't get any notes on it because that's closed door for the phase 3. But all this signals is that we had profit takers at the 350. There's nothing wrong with that because 350 is the big resistance. We said that once it got through once it grinded through the 350, 370 range, then it would be a magnet to 4, and then we would really start a nice run up. So as we get closer to the end of the month into September, that's what I expect. It's fine. Same thing with AVGR and EVFM. The SPY tanked right before close. Let it come back down. Okay, if you want average up, okay, if you like the chart on it, and then let it curl back so that when we get towards the real end of the month and we start getting into September, it really starts a nice run. We don't want this thing to just go to 450 because then like BMRA, it'll come shooting back down with a waterfall to reverse waterfall. We don't want that. We just want a nice trend.
Okay, and on the other hand, the OTLK, that one had a crazy day. I know last week I had some big sellers, or maybe even for 2 weeks in a row, where it kind of, I think it hit 160, and that's when the selling kind of began a few days in a row, and it went all the way down to 120, I believe, or 130. And I know that spooked a lot of people out. I even scaled my position down a little bit. Could you kind of explain, its move today? Because it had some really solid ones.
How we talked about it, last podcast, or was it 2 weeks ago? I said there's a huge seller in here. Okay, it hit 172, and all you saw was this huge selling pressure. At one point, I went from being up, I think I was up like 30%, and I didn't sell any shares. And at one point, and then I lost the 30%, and it came right back down to underneath my average. But
yeah, you said you used an analogy for it of hitting on a girl at a bar, and OTLK was, looking at you funny. You said basically your stop loss or mental stop loss was 115. That seemed to work out pretty well. I mean, you only had you still had a decent buffer in between it, but at the same time, you worked out really well. You called that bottom.
Yeah,
very, very well.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Is that once you start to learn charts and you see, okay, 115 is huge, or at 115 to 120 range is huge support. You see the seller come in, boom, grab more shares. So I doubled up my position there, and now the seller's out. You see the volume. The volume was there. The issue was that the volume was all selling pressure. Now that the selling pressure has subsided, and now that the sentiment has changed, what's going on? We're popping. And that's exactly what we knew was going to happen. So again, I won't take a loss on it. Okay, if it starts to hit another brick wall and that seller comes back, then I'll shave some off, and I'll let it do its thing. Because the whole point of OTLK was to be the run up into the phase 3. So I won't take a loss on it because it's not like I found out that Merck is buying out OTLK. That's not what this is. But I still think that we see 2.
Okay, I guess we'll tickle everyone's balls real quick. SPAQ. Let's hear it, man. So it's obviously kind of recovered off of its downtrend, but it is, SPY takes its effect on it a good bit. But yeah, I hear you typing. Are you in SPAQ? Do you know anything about it?
I hadn't looked at it today.
Fraud.
I really, what do you call it? I don't look at it. I have a alert set for $10 and alert set for $19. So I had to look at it because I really didn't know what it did today.
Yeah, I wish it was cheap enough for me to have it in another account, but I am forced to look at it every single day as one of my biggest positions.
Yeah, I really, you guys got to relax with SPAC, man. You guys went balls deep in SPAC at like $14. Zach said to relax. Everyone said to relax. This was an expensive stock. We knew that the merger wasn't going to come until September, and then it could be pushed back. Okay, SPAC has real chances, but you got to understand the underlying catalyst and what's going on. Do not. I don't know why anyone goes balls deep on your first starter. So relax. Okay, if you're down in it and you're on 100% inside if you're worried about it, sell some. Your favorite person, BSS.
Dude, please unblock me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, not that I don't care what he does, but he always talks about, if you're worried, freaking sell. I've lost sleep a few times, but I'm not going to lose sleep over freaking. I love you, Henrik, but I'm not losing sleep over you because I don't think that you're good at your job. Okay, I think you're wonderful at your job, but I'm definitely not losing sleep over it. Okay, I'll go balls deep in Tesla options if I want to lose sleep over something.
Okay, cool. Last swing of the week to really dive a little into ONTX. I know a lot of people are wanting that phase 3 data, but the price action's been a little wonky. So, it's cause. Is that cause for concern?
No, we're up still. What are we up? Like 38% right now? I think Bog, was it Bog? Or was it VV? Someone gave it in like the 50s, and then like someone else gave it in like the 60s. Everyone should still be up a huge percentage. Okay, relax, freaking relax. Okay,
Chill.
Yeah, relax. Okay, I personally don't think that they'll let it go too far underneath 1 for compliance reasons. Okay, and
Is that the evil shorts and bears?
Yeah, the evil shorts and bears.
Okay, cool. I'm actually starting a biker gang to eliminate all bears and shorts.
Yeah. So I mean, and when I say they, I think too, won't allow them to go underneath 1, and that's just my personal opinion. Okay, I feel like they're gonna let it ride this 1 wave, and then maybe like mid-September it starts to curl back up. Okay, again, if you have a smaller account and you're 100% in and you're up 40%, scale some back. We talk about this all the time. It's opportunity cost. You want the best bang for your buck, okay? I was going to make an analogy, but that's highly inappropriate. So
Yeah, we have a 13% female demographic. You better not make us lose them.
No, I wasn't going to go there. Now I'm sweating. But yeah, so relax with ONTX. Okay, we're still, unless you chased ridiculously high, you should be okay. And if you're 100% in and have a smaller account, you have to understand the timeline. The timeline's not like September 1st. So relax. Scale back a little bit if you're that worried, and find something else. Also, the other thing that we have to talk about is that it's August. Stop putting all of your money on the street. You freaking well, you too. We talked about this with you. You had like 2,500 buying power.
Like I texted you today. I have 32,000 in buying power now. I did
whoa,
sell a lot of stuff.
Whoa,
Yeah.
hang on.
So I can afford roughly 10 and a half horses on the average price. So, what? You got something?
Go ahead.
You gotta debate that? Those are assets, dude. Those horses could be worth a lot one day.
Dude,
so just imagine me pulling up with 10 horses, dude.
I swear horses are like 100K.
The fuck, dude? Who's paying 100? Dude, farmers have horses, dude. Where are farmers getting this $100,000 from?
I don't know.
Selling the $50,000 cows?
Yeah, I really don't know, but are you sure?
Dude, if horses...
horses.
I Google it, dude. Dude, if horses are $100,000, why wouldn't everyone in the world be a horse breeder?
I mean, I don't love animals. I mean, I like them, but I don't
Dude, I would let horses bang for $100,000 a pony, or whatever the hell they're called, a calf. Yeah, I'm from Alabama, but I don't know this much farm jargon. So, would you like to dive into Q&A?
Yeah, let's do it. We got some good ones, Seth?
No, not really.
Ah, fook.
Okay. The same ones we get every week, man. Yeah. Are you still in SPAQ?
No, I'm actually sure.
Okay, how about this one? I'm banned from Atlas. Can you send me an invite? I won't talk anymore. Also, no.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so for the serious questions and A's, let's dive right in. Okay, now question number 1. Position sizing for small accounts. How should I do it? So I think that's where you really have to find the people that you trust, or the stock that you know what you own kind of thing, and go for two or three, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this is where I feel like a broken record, but it's fine. I love you guys. I love you guys. It's cool. Okay, the best bang for your buck. All right, you want to find the happy median between the biggest, the biggest potential with the shortest timeline. So I can't teach you that. You just have to know.
Yeah, I mean, another thing, like if you have a $1,000 account, maybe buying 80 shares of SPAC isn't in your best interest, you know?
Yeah, you should definitely. So that's why I love the sub penny ones, because you can buy so many of those, and I mean, I would think of it as most of my, like, even if something's 20 cents, my price target, those things can easily go to $1, because $1 is usually like the big, like, quote unquote threshold, or 50 cents. So I would probably go for cheaper stocks, get the best bang for your buck, so the shortest timeline with the biggest potential, because I'm assuming that you probably don't have 25K.
And another thing, like whenever I only had 3K in around February in my account, down from my initial deposit of 4,000. But I was in a bunch of stuff. I just remember one day I only had like 400 shares of AYTU at like 25 cents, and I woke up and it hit 60 that day, and that shit was like $400 in a 3,000 account. That's huge.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's a good day.
And it was off of just like $120 in the stock.
Yeah.
So, and especially, and that was during, February, March, whatever it might have been. But the thing is, like, that was how the market was going. So I think another thing is it just depends on what the market's doing. Like, so much shit was just exploding then. Here's a good one. What's one thing you yourself want to improve on in your trading? Me, myself, I'd like to be better at not messing up and continue adding shit while it's dipping. And then another is be more mentally strong whenever I have a stop loss. I'm like, I need to use this stop loss and not just keep fucking lowering it. A mental stop loss.
Yeah, I need to buy more of everything. I feel like I used to be so good at raising my position size with my account, and now that I'm doing like a fun account, and now that I'm doing, obviously I have my own, the big account, and the big account is getting to the big account.
Yeah, but I mean, when you trade penny stocks, sometimes in the account that big, you can't really have 3 million shares of something that's 30. I mean, you can, but I'm sure it gets a little more difficult.
No, I just gotta start filing 13Fs. Me and Zach and PJ, we'll just start filing 13Fs.
Hell yeah. Okay. How do you form a successful routine outside of trading? Sort of like a step-by-step daily ritual? Do you wake up and check the scanner first, or take a look at some of the pre-market gainers? Or what are your guys' routine really when it comes to doing trading in DD?
Oh, how much time you got?
I think you have to eat dinner in 20 minutes, so not much. So for me, so I wake up and my mom listens. I wake up and I pray and I listen to some good Christian rock. And after that, I literally sit on my front porch all day. I don't know. I mean, it's just like not getting emotional when you wake up and seeing you're down like $800 or whatever the case may be.
I basically just make sure. I could be down like $1 million. It doesn't matter. But the biggest thing is that I want to make sure, because the spreads on TD sucks at showing like what you're actually up or down on the day. So like if you wake up like down 6 figures, it's like that could just be because the spread is huge on the stocks. So what I really like to make sure is that I catch up on the news from out of China. And, like overnight news, stuff like that. And that's just because sometimes I'll trade ADRs and arbitrage and stuff like that. But the big thing is I'll catch up on news, have my coffee, work out, make sure that there's no offerings or things that can screw me. And then, I'll kind of read for a little bit. I like reading. And then I will get ready for the day. And then I'll usually do DD right before the market opens, and then I'll usually tweet at Dan or Zach or PJ, say like, good morning, F you, something like that.
And
Yeah,
then,
dude, I think doing your regular thing. Like I know, just when just waking up and I all day I got YouTube Premium, so I can close the app and still listen. I'm bougie like that.
whoa.
And dude, I listen to YouTube, like informative YouTube like videos all day long while I'm trading. Like I'm in this imperialism phase. You know how big of a steal the Louisiana Purchase was, man?
Yeah. Oh, we could totally talk about that. Dude, how nuts is that? We could buy that. Like, why didn't we do that?
Inflation was, I'll teach you about inflation another time, bud.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Vinny, and this is a reminder for you to cut this out. But towards the end, I want to say something that Vinny can put at the beginning, like where we fucked up the traditional IRA, where you can put in 6,000 in both.
Yeah. Well, whoa. Hang on. You can put 6,000 in both if you're underneath the contribution limit. But if you make over that certain threshold, then you can't.
Dude, did you not see all the fucking tweets we got about that shit? Like, people were sending us, like, photographs of, like, websites.
No, dude. Yeah, they have it. I did see one guy, and I was like, you're a fucking retard. What do you call it? If you're over the contribution limit, then that's not true. That's why I was saying.
Okay. Well, then if it doesn't matter, then we don't have to say it, so we're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is, does Hugh recommend holding EVFM through the launch? Oh, shit, dude. I don't know. Let me ask Hugh. Hey, Hugh. You recommend holding EVFM through the launch?
Dude, oh, God.
No, God.
We talked
Pissed him
about
off,
this.
Dustin Estes.
We talked about this 2 weeks ago. I said that there's no such thing as black and white trading. There's no such thing. Okay, sometimes like KTOV, the launch goes horribly, and then other times it goes 200%.
Did you guys really expect a yes or no answer from this?
I can't tell you. Okay,
No, dude, it wasn't me asking, bro. It was Dustin. Stop yelling at me.
Dude, I'm not yelling. I'm not mad.
But you're just starting. You're okay. You're not
I feel like we talked about it 2 weeks ago. I feel like I talked about it for 5 minutes 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna go back and find it.
I think he's saying he's not sure if he's gonna hold it at the launch.
I'm definitely gonna hold some. Okay, I'll put that out there. I'll definitely hold some, but I have a good chunk. I have a good investment in here. I'm not. If it goes to $5, I'm gonna lock some. Because if it's a sell the news type of thing, I'm not getting my yangs twisted over it. No, I'm worked up.
Thank you for the question, Dustin. I appreciate it. The next question, this one's from me. Do you think the SEC will have a football season this year? Hashtag FBama. Agree with you on the hashtag, man. I think if they do, it'll only be conference games, kind of like what they're planning right now. But, obviously there's a pandemic that I guess is going around. I don't know. I've heard some things about it. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I hope so. I sure do hope so. Bo Nix for Heisman.
Go Dogs.
You're a Georgia fan?
I am.
What? Why?
It's just a boys trip every year that we take there.
Athens is fun.
Yeah.
That's like the only time I've woken. No, that's not true. But it's one of the times I've woken up and just had no clue where I was.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to do a little mouthwash. Oh, gross. Could you guys discuss backup? Could you guys discuss system failures like TOS and how to deal with them? For small accounts, a backup account on another broker seems like it might not be as efficient as it seems like all brokers occasionally have turbulence. Well, the thing is, small account or not, if you have half of it one place, half of it in the other, the only reason I ever transferred the money out of my other one is so I could get over 25K.
Yeah, well, actually, I used to have when I was trying to day trade a lot, I used to have 3 or 4 brokers, so I'd get around that 3 day trades per week thing. So I really think that if you're underneath 25K, that you should, and you want to day trade, I think that's your most effective way is to have.
Damn, you used to want to be a little penny flipper, huh?
I did, and then I realized my penis is bigger than 6 inches.
5.5 is average, but okay. So here's one. I'm starting college, but I really just want to be a trader. I've been working hard to learn the stock market, but I'm afraid that college will interfere a lot with that. Do you have any tips on how to manage college and the market for a beginner and how to be a successful trader while doing it? Me, no. I couldn't even handle college, and I could barely handle trading, but Hugh seems to have it mastered. You got an answer for it? No, it's impossible. You just listen to your finance teacher.
Yeah. I used to sleep inside my classes. I used to sleep inside my classes. I used to literally be up to like 2:30 in the morning most nights, working, and then I would wake up at 6, and so like that was like my sleep time. And then I don't even know what a female in college looked like, to be honest.
Whew, I'll let you know about them later.
Yeah, I just think that, okay, all right, because I get this question a lot. If you guys are in college and you guys really want to make this work, it's going to be about your priorities. What's a priority? Okay, even if I would go out on a Thursday night, I was still waking up, maybe even a little, still a little drunk, waking up at 6 a.m. because that was my priority. Okay, if I got 2 hours of sleep, it was still my priority. So I think that if you guys really want it, is that you guys have to understand the compromise. I used to do 90% trading and school was on the back burner. Okay, I would do the bare minimum to get through school, and I constantly had 300 text messages unanswered because my priority was trading, and then I still had school. So I think it's all about your priorities.
Gotcha. I'm gonna do that anytime you're talking too long because we're down to 6 minutes. Okay. Okay, so next one is politics and elections impact to the market coming the next few months. I think this is a good one. What have you seen during past elections? I know last election you were like 15 years old, but what you remember.
I was older than 15, sure. Yeah, so especially, okay, so the last we talked about this a little bit, but the market usually favors Republicans and does not favor Democrats, and so that's something to keep in mind. We are in a little
not a political podcast, by the way.
Not a political podcast. These are just
facts.
These are just facts that historically the market favors Republicans over Democrats, and especially
Ben Shapiro. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, and especially with Trump being such a business person, last election the market ripped. So because Wall Street is business, Trump was business, so it ripped. Now this year the sentiment feels a little bit different, to where I wouldn't be shocked. Bob and I talked about this, Incredible Bob, that I wouldn't be shocked if the market priced in right before election, if the market priced in both Democrat and for Trump, because it kind of feels like the market doesn't see a great choice. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not your freaking dog, dude. I'll kill you.
Dude, I'm not. I'm just saying we have 5 fucking minutes because you have to eat dinner at 5:30 every damn night.
Dude, I still live at home. What do you want me to tell my mom?
Fuck you. No, I'm just playing.
She listens. She'll beat you. She'll just wait till
Vinny, edit this. Vinny, edit it. Make it say love you. Okay. Mr. Dip, big fan of the pod and all you do for the community. Just a quick question for you. I sent a girl a picture. Yeah, I sent a girl a picture of my $80 gain today, and now she won't stop sending me nudes. I'm worried that one of my other girlfriends might find out. How do I make massive gains but prevent this from happening? Is the bald head some sort of repellent to mitigate the amount of ass being thrown in your direction? Any solutions are much appreciated. Best regards, Joe. Well, Joe. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're making if you're making $80 today, that's more than someone on minimum wage working 10 hours a day. So naturally the women are going to be throwing themselves at you like pieces of meat, and you just have to, you don't treat it like a dog. We've seen what happens to traders that do that, and we don't want that happening to you, my brother. So yeah. How to determine if a stock that gets a lot of volume won't just fade away and never reach a reasonable price target. Today's example, AVGR. Oh God, you're gonna make him pissed,
dude. Who asked that question?
His name is John.
John. Dude, what do we talk about? It's all about relative volume and the chart.
Oh, okay. I thought you were referring to what we talked about 25 minutes ago. I'm like, well, you hadn't heard that part yet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I should. Okay, John. It's all about relative volume. It's all about the chart. Put your support and resistance. Okay, don't have emotion. Don't have emotion. Save it for your woman. Damn, dude. God. But identify support and resistance. Okay, if it rejects resistance. Okay, if it rejects off the resistance, let it come back down to support. See what it does. If volume's breaking down, then it's probably going to break resistance. If it's going on the death line of the support, then it's probably and the relative volume's down, then it's probably going to break support. But if not, let it curl back up. If volume's staying stagnant and volume's still there and it comes down to support, let it go. If volume's still there and let it curl back up. Okay, volume predicts price action. I can't tell you what a stock's. If I could tell you, I'd be a freaking billionaire, but I can't.
So now he's just a millionaire. Okay, so we're down to the last 2 minutes, and just perfect timing by the host of Pennies going in raw the D dips. Yeah, so we're on to our scenario. I know it's been a couple episodes since we've had one, so let's hit it. Hey, dude, love the podcast. I'm learning a lot. I have a question, but it might be too personal. But if you could answer or give your opinion, it would be appreciated. I'm about to start my senior year of college before going to dental school. And since the beginning, I always thought that dentistry was for me. You watched that Christmas movie where the elf wants to be a dentist, probably. I feel different about it and was struggling to figure my career out this summer. About a month ago, a random thought popped in my head about becoming a full-time day trader, and I felt like that was for me. Love the epiphany. I've been studying. I was wondering if you think it's a good idea to ditch dentistry for full-time trading. I think a good start you just finished college. I mean, you don't have to go to grad school right away. You're about to get a degree. I don't know what that might be in, but it's not like a lot of people take off time before their last year's or after their last year of college and then before grad school.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to be a day trader. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a day trader? You get to hang out with us, and you make Dan and I make fuck you money like every day.
Well, I make like fuck you Alabama money, so it's not as much. It's like counted for Alabama inflation. Where it's like if I went to New York, I would still be a bum, but here I am a king.
Yeah, so I think it really depends because there's a few things. Okay, we always talk about that no one's born a great trader, but there are definitely a few things that we all share in common. And I think that some people you just aren't good traders and they'll never be good traders. So I think that it's really important to okay, this sounds like a great job. I'm going to go and do that. That's not how it kind of works with trading. You definitely have to put in the time. You definitely have to have stones, in my opinion. No matter what your strategy is, I think you got to have like my mom calls us psychopaths. But I think that that's really important. I think that you shouldn't. I didn't do a backup plan. I just said screw it. But I think for everyone else that you should at least have.
Yeah, I've harassed my most recent job, and the only one I had a chance of having a reference with on Twitter. So my backup plan is depleted. Okay, cool. Yeah, but I think a big fact of the matter is like you'll have a year after, just finish up college, give it a shot for a year. What have you got to lose? I mean, maybe your graduation money, but shit, if it doesn't work out, you just go to dentist school and become a dentist. It seems like a pretty foolproof plan to me.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a great day trader, then fantastic. But I wouldn't 100%. I wouldn't 100% give up on dentistry because that does pay well, and if you're passionate about it, fantastic.
If he hasn't started grad school, I mean, it's not like he has to give up anything. It's not even like he's stopping school. He's just not taking the immediate transition. Because you got to think, a lot of people, don't they like study abroad after college before going to grad school? I don't know.
I have no idea.
To that part. Yeah, dude, we don't have friends that go to grad school. We have friends on the internet that pretend to be people off of TV shows from the 80s.
Duh.
Shout out Zach Morris. All right, yeah, so Hugh has to go eat, or it's his bedtime, 5:30 sharp. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Toss us that 5-star. Subscribe on the YouTube. Y'all know the deal. Peace, love, and green happiness. See ya. Also, we have a really big interview coming up on Sunday. No biggie.